on my mental development as much as my spiritual development, along with the many other developments that I am working on. Uh, Working on a lot of stuff, you guys, so you should keep watch and know that I'm always working on something different. And if you want to work together, just let me know. I'm getting invested in a lot of different things, and it's all taking some time to learn, but I am willing to take the sacrifice and make the obligation in which it takes to do these things. So I think that's all a part of growth. It's knowing what it takes and actually doing it. Uh, because you're afraid to do something doesn't necessarily mean that you won't do it. It's just fear doesn't necessarily stop people. It's or like knowing what to do doesn't actually stop people. It's the fear of doing something that stops people. So be less fearful. Be fearless. Overcome the fear in which you face every day because it's important. Because fear holds you back. Anxiety holds you back. Depression holds you back. And I want you guys to be mindful of the things you go through, like the things you go through within yourself. Because we're constantly fighting with who we are and who we used to be and who we want to be. But if we just focus on the now and have some gratitude in who we are and what we're able to do right now, I think all things will work out eventually. Despite that, I have an issue with not knowing things. I don't like surprises. Uh, I don't like the things that I cannot change. I simply can't change these things, so it's something I have no control over. So at the end of the day, we all have things we dislike or don't agree with or would rather not be, a part of life. But we have to learn how to cope with it and deal with it. And over time, we will. But we should be mindful of being less complainful. No complaining, finding more reason to have gratitude, more reasons of why you're thankful for your life. Like, if you have a negative mindset, you should write down all the things that you are grateful for, all the things God allowed you to overcome, and all the things you want to accomplish. You should just write these things down so you can be mindful. Because the less you complain and the more gratitude you have, the better you'll feel on the inside. Because you would have no time to focus on the negative. You focus only on the positive, and that's a great thing. But negative thoughts are like clouds in meditation. Negative thoughts are like clouds, and they pass by, and you have to accept both good and bad, yin and yang, light and dark. You have to accept who you are fully. You can't run from the negative. To embrace the positive fully, you have to accept the negative within. So you got to find some balance between the good and the bad. You got to find some common ground between the two and make them work. So if you bring both of them together and bring balance in one, you can become a greater individual. And to be a great leader, you must be a great follower. I don't think people understand that. People always say, I'm not a follower, I'm not a follower, I'm not a follower. That's not true, because everything we do in life we learned it from someone. We study someone, we study something, we saw someone who accomplished something we wanted to achieve, and we followed them. I think with the thing about following is you choose what you want to follow, the right things. As far as you got to know what's right to follow, pretty much. But it takes a great follower to be a great leader. So one must know what they must follow in order to be that great leader. So it does take following behind an individual, a mentor, or someone to guide you in this life. So just know that you have to start out being a follower before you become a great leader. And it's really important to know that, you got to go under a lot of training, a lot of mentoring, a lot of growth, a lot of self-development, a lot of learning. And you got to always be willing to learn and take in constructive criticism, because it's really important. I just want to get valuable content. So if you watch my YouTube, it's really important stuff that, no one really takes time to talk about and discuss with other people. But I am willing to take time to discuss these things with you guys. And if you stick with my channel, you will have valuable content always. Positive, love, and peace.